it. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was hilarious. Hi, Money. Hi. Hi, Nitty. Hi, everybody. Oh my God. That was hilarious. I was like, okay, Queen. My computer's like, listen, lady, you've been overdoing it. I'm like, I'm trying to get stuff ready for the people. This is what's funny, you guys. I'm right now, it's really exciting actually, because if you're in the membership, you guys know that we're doing this 10-day challenge. Hello. We're doing this 10-day challenge, which is fantastic. And I'm doing a lot of audio recording, which really doesn't take up that much data, but it's because I'm starting to film. I'm filming my entire course, which is, to be honest with you, you were talking to I know, you're like, come on, she's going to make it. I had a feeling, and all of a sudden, all the things I was trying to close that were just frozen just start going ping, 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 ping. So you guys did something, because my ancestors are like, sorry, you're on your own, kid. Oh my God, that was hilarious. Okay, hang on. Let's get the space ready. I'm going to do a little incense. We're going to burn. It was funny though. I never felt, I was like, it's going to be all right. We're going to get it. You know, it's all good. It's just patience, right? Patience. How is everybody doing? How are you guys all feeling? Besides the state of the world, of course. Hello. Oh my gosh. Amaya, I didn't get to give you your birthday reading. You took off and I was like, I was going to give you your birthday reading, so you have to get one tonight. It's been a heavy day. I know. Well, we have a psychotic president, but what else is new? I mean, honestly, just when I thought it couldn't get worse in like literally Black History Month, I'm like, are you fucking kidding? I'm sorry. I might go a little political tonight. I know you guys don't mind. I really thought I was gonna like yeah, you took a vacation day today. Good for you. Good for you. I mean, yeah. Well, I'm happy to see everybody. So here's what we're going to do. The list is open. We have a few people on it. We have Imani's on it. We have Bridget, if she's here. And then we were going to do a little card pull for Maya because it was her birthday and she forgot. But also it's Amber's birthday, everybody. So you guys I know, right? You guys also, oh my God, I know it. Hi, Christy. You guys say happy birthday to Amber too, because it was Amber's birthday this week. My little Aquarius. So I'm going to just do a little bit of, yeah, we're going to just, you took the birthday day off in advance for your birthday. Good. Yes, it is. And then Amaya, you have to get your birthday reading too. Welcome in. I'm so happy to be with you guys. Really so happy to be with everybody. And if it is ever your birthday, you have to let me know. And I'll do some cards for you too. That's my pledge to all you guys who are so loyal to me. Yes, and it was Christy's birthday. She's another Aquarius. Carey's here. Yes. All of my air signs. All right, you guys. First, here's what we're going to do. If you do want to get on the list, you guys know the routine. The payments are down there. Let me know, though, so I can check. We have 2 people on the list. I am going to do some channeled reading for the collective. We'll see how much time we have. Chastity. And I just want to tap in to see what the messages are. I was feeling a little bit like, I wonder what the message is right now, because I haven't meditated today, so I'll be excited to hear. But I'll share with you guys what I've been getting over the last week. You guys let me know what you've been receiving in your meditations. And then if you do want to get on the list, just let me know and I'll put you on this list because I have 2 people. I'm making room for 9. Hello, there's my Emma girl. Let me just get my pen. I know, isn't it cute? I know, my husband actually loves this cup for tea. He likes this cup for tea. It's so cute for Valentine's Day. Actually, I hadn't thought about that since I don't usually think about that. So, okay, so I'm just putting down the list. And if you guys want to get on the list, let me know. We're going to do, if you want to, specifically get something. So first we have Imani and then we have Bridget. And then we're going to pull Amaya some cards because it was her birthday. And then Amber, we're going to do little cards for the birthday girls. All right, we're here. We're doing it. We're doing our thing. Okay, here we go. Let's see what they have. I know, I almost feel like I want to start playing music in the background, but I have to get everything, understand what YouTube has certain things you can play, and I do have those playlists. I know. I missed last week. I missed because I wanted to take that Friday off, of course. Bridget's here. Okay, great. Bridget, hang out. You and Imani are going to be first, and I'm going to first do a little bit of a tap into the collective, if that's okay. All right, and then we're going to do the birthday girls. Okay, guides, guardians, angels, ancestors. What do you need to know for us in this moment for the collective going forward? Well, I will tell you guys that I have so here's, this is the way I want to put it to you. If you are not already meditating, if you don't have some kind of a spiritual practice where you can connect with spirit and your guides, I really encourage you to start finding something that works for you and having a way that at least, say, 3 times a week, you can connect with your guides, your ancestors, and your spirits. It's really important for self-care and for healing, but also with you connecting with your higher self and identifying more so from the place of neutrality than the place of reaction. And I know that is not an easy thing to do because of the world we live in. But because everything is amplifying, it has been, it's important for your self-care to back away from anything that feels toxic and spend time nourishing yourself. And if you need ways to sort of be able to meditate and things like that, let me know. I'll do what I can to send you in the direction of either meditation tracks or videos, things like that. Also, oh, I'm so glad. I listened to one of my meditations and I cried. I know. You know what? I do have to say, this is really interesting doing meditations because I really love doing them. I mean, I dearly love doing them. And I think the reason I love doing them, and this is something I'm studying because you guys know I'm a teacher now on Insight Timer. And what I was listening to another really an experienced meditation teacher and visualization teacher talking about it. She said that you really are putting in your own experiences into those meditations. So because I've been meditating for 40 years, and 40 years I've been meditating, and which is so unbelievable. And I went to meditation because of feeling so much anxiety. And so when I'm doing a meditation, I'm right in the saddle with you, feeling every feeling, and also I'm able to anticipate maybe what your head is saying to you, right? So it's a very interesting place to be, and I think that's why I love doing them. So you can expect a lot of meditations from me. I mean, I am already, yes, absolutely. I love doing them, and I'm already loving it so much anyway, but now I'm really like ramping it up, So, but I have to finish my course first. That's going to be a big thing. So you guys stay tuned. And just a quick thing. I love having so many of you guys in the membership, in the community. There's always going to be a free section. Oh, I'm so glad. That's amazing, Nidhi. I love that, Nidhi. That's amazing. I'm so glad. Makes me happy. So, but I want to let you know, I am going to be launching the membership part of it. And that's going to happen in another week because there is going to be a part where you have a little more skin in the game. It's still extremely affordable, but that way you have some of the structure that I bring in, which is you guys are just getting a taste of it now. And then I'll also have, so that'll be one tier. And then the next tier will be if you want to do development twice a month as well. And then I'll have my program, which is where you're doing training with me for 6 months to a year. So you've got a lot of choices coming up, and I'll explain everything. But if you just want to hang out, you can do the free membership part, or if you want it to just be a little bit more in your life, but it's, you know, you've other things, that's just the membership is perfect. Okay, I digress. So meditation, I'm getting on you guys about meditation, mindfulness practices, wherever you can find that time to start communing with spirit. All right, so let's see what they're telling us. Let me just listen in and see what they're saying. So one of the things that they're showing me, and of course this is for my collective specifically, is that for the people that I work with, there's one, and then for people that are doing this on their own, amazing. But the main thing is getting into these places where you can do a deeper meditation, and so that your guides and the spirits you work with can come into your aura and your energy field and work on the things that you need to release. So, because there's things that you are right in the middle of letting go of, that are in your chakra system, in your nervous system, in your body, in your wiring, that you're releasing. And when you move into the place of opening up in meditation to spirit and going through that journey of release with your guides or the spirits you work with, I would say, the universe, then it's going to make it, I think, this whole other level of depth and meaning. And also it will relieve a lot of, if you're having any suffering or anxiety, it'll help with that tremendously. Eileen, oh my God, I was totally I was thinking about you so much in my third eye. I was like 2 hours ago. I was like, what is going on with Eileen? And I'm getting the buzzing in my eyes, like, Eileen, and not that what's going on, you're living your life. I was like, how's she doing? I'm so happy to see you. So anyway, that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Meditation, getting together with your guides. They're kind of pointing at you guys. I know. They're like, come on, guys, do your thing. Okay, this is going to be an oracle reading for the collective, and then we're going to start with our paid readings. Ooh, and I'll see if there's a goddess here with us. I'm not quite sure. All right, what else do you have for us, Spirit? What else do you have for us? The oracle is giving me everything I want, and I'm going to do some Lenormand. Okay, so what does this collective need to know? Let us know. What do we need to know? Okay, I'm going to start first with a Lenormand, and I'll tell you guys what I'm getting. We're getting the Sun card. I'll explain. We're getting the Ship. We're getting the Clover. We're getting the Book. And then we're getting Fox. Wow. Okay. So, let me bring this in. Hang on a minute. It's telling me a lot. For many of you, this may not resonate with everyone. Understand that. For many of you, the closer you get to your light, meaning that's what I was telling you guys about, your spiritual essence, your spiritual center, the more you're going to start shifting and have movement. Some of that might be literal, okay? I know, I love Lenormand. Check it out. We have the Sun next to the Ship. So for me, Sun is like happiness, joy, success. But then the more you're in that space close to the Sun, meaning spirit, the more there'll be movement, and there's travel, and there's things where you're branching out, okay? And there's also something that might happen very suddenly and very quickly, like there's a stroke of luck. Okay, it's coming together. So one of the things is, if we're not in our center, if we're not in our center, we're not going to be part of the opportunities that are coming for us. So if we're waiting back in the part of our humanness that's not for our highest good, then we're not going to catch the wave, if you know what I mean. We're not going to go for the opportunity. We're not going to take the action. We're not going to make the phone call. We're not going to meet the person. We're not going to make the contact. And that's why you have to catch the wave. That's what I'm hearing. So, and then this is going to lead to things like new opportunities that are connected in with probably something you're doing. And it's saying writing. So, which I'm loving that. But this is a way of expressing yourself. This is a way of figuring out what it is you desire and then putting it on paper. This could be the things you're manifesting, but then also being, because you have to be shrewd and clever. Okay, the fox. So there's this message coming from Spirit is really like kicking you in the butt. I'm telling you. And, you know, don't take it from me, take it from Spirit. Don't let yourself stop. And Amber says, I heard a very similar message this morning during your float. Amber had her float, you guys. Do you guys know about this? I'm going to have her talk about it. I want to do that in one of those salt flotation tanks where it's like you're weightless. Gosh. Okay, but keep going. Here we go. Spend time in nature. Let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. Now, listen, I'm very lucky right now because in Oregon, the weather is it's unseasonably warm. So it's beautiful. It's not good for our environment. We need more rain, but it's so much time. So literally today I'm working on, the opening recordings of my course, which is always the longest. The first one is always the biggest because it's the intro. Oh, good. Okay, Michael's publishing his book this week. Amazing. We love that. Let us know and drop it in the chat so we can all support you. Can you drop the info in the chat? So action, action, action. But also so spending time in nature, extremely important. But then look at this one. Choose yourself today. Don't deny your importance. And then again, I want to talk about this because we're getting the sun card again in a couple places, which is, to me, it's the center of light. Same here in South Dakota. It was 60 degrees, right? That's not normal. I know, right? So look at there's the sun here and there's the sun here. Okay, so we've got that spirit coming forward. Okay, and this is, okay, come with me on my journey while I'm telling you guys this. So this is one of the things you guys have to join my membership because I'm telling you right now, the stuff that's coming in for me to be able to put into the membership is wonderful. And it's like a channeled works. There probably are going to be like guided journeys and meditations. And that's something that I love to do. And if you've been with me a few years, you've already experienced that. But that is part of like going in the Akashic Records, clearing out your patterns, coming into alignment. I know, me too. Coming into alignment with your highest self, moving through the clutter in your energy. That's all what I'm getting. So because we're getting this, get lost, fall deep into the realm of imagination. To me, that's when see all those arches? The arches have been really coming. Yeah. Put it up about that. We want to know about your float tank. So I've been getting a lot of symbolism, meaning of the arches in my meditations from my guides. And the things that they've been exposing me to over the last couple of weeks about going into the Akashic Records has been incredible, like for quite some time. So stick with me. And then finally, we're getting emotions are the reflection. Look for deeper meaning. So that sun card is really coming out. I feel like, again, you're going to hear it from me again. Make time for meditation. That has to be up there on your list of things of great importance. Okay, my friends? All right, so I'm going to just tap in and see if there's any goddesses who want to come forward. I feel like I haven't spent enough time with them lately, with the exception of Hecate, so I'm just going to see who's coming in. Okay, hang on. I'm going to get a little more tea. And then we're going to start with our paid readings after that as well. And then I think you guys next week, I'll do the zodiacs because I really missed that. I haven't done that and I need to catch up with that. I'm trying to do that a little more. So stay tuned. Okay, let's see if anyone's coming forward. It may be a goddess. I don't know who. So I want to get back to that. So give me a second. Yes, so this makes perfect sense. Of course, it's Bridget. And Bridget's here in the it's Bridget, and she, of course, everybody knows, is very much connected in with this time of year, the Irish goddess Bridget. We just celebrated Imbolc, which is that, you know, when we are halfway between the winter solstice and then the spring. So it's very much this time that she comes in when spring is brought. And so I'll read a little bit about what we have in our books about her, but then I'm also going to tell you, just channel a message from her specifically. So let me get it. So the thing that I love about her energy is she's a mixture of innocence and a new perspective, a naivete, and openness and a willingness, but also she's incredibly strong because she's really the maiden part of the maiden mother crone. So she does have within her skin and within her energy the ability to move from that maiden era into the mother of the being impregnated with creation and then going into being like a death witch. Yes, we love her so much. Yes, I was thinking so too. I'm definitely going to do the monthly energy for love doing the zodiacs. You're right, Amaya, because I love doing them too. So Bridget is a beautiful goddess, and I actually have her. She's over on my other altar already, so I already have her for Imbolc. So I'll bring you guys her other. I have another card for her, and I'll grab it. Hang on. Okay, hang on a minute. Oh, got it. All right. So Bridget. So she's exactly what we just heard. She's a wonderful goddess. Let me get her book. And you don't have to be Irish to work with her. Okay, friends, let's find her. She's a beauty. What I also like about her is that she is a physical goddess. So, meaning if you're wanting to, like, say, work on movement, motivation, things that are physical, being something new specifically, because she's connected in with the energy of spring, where you start new things, beginnings. She's wonderful for that. Okay, let me just find her. I'm glad to have a goddess back up on here because it's been a couple weeks and I always feel off center if I don't connect with them. Okay, let me find them. Persephone's been coming around a little bit too, so we'll probably hear from her pretty soon. Here she is, Bridget, the creative spark. All right, let's read a little bit about her, and then we're going to get in here. Bridget, I know, I was just thinking that. Here's this version of Bridget. All right, let's read a little bit about her for what we have here from Colette Baron Reed. We actually have a few things on her, but we'll start with this. Bridget. Bridget for Bridget. Okay, and you spell it the same way too. Inspiration and imagination are yours to play with right now. You effortlessly connect to your inner creative spark and make meaningful and beautiful experiences for yourself and others. Take advantage of this fruitful time when you are so in tune. It's like taking a magical trip to the land of the fae or the fairy, where all that glitters is gold and your life seems like grand artistic gesture. The fiery Celtic goddess of creativity calls you to play in the artistry of your life, your work, and your loves. Bridget is whispering her sparkling music deep in your soul. Are you listening? Sometimes you get in a creative slump and feel frozen in midair, unable to move in any direction. Perhaps you are unsure of the next step with someone new, or a project becomes a looming behemoth in your mind, or you can't think of anything to say in a social moment. Maybe you think all your best ideas are gone. Bridget offers you the alignment of moving your attention away and remembering what it was like when you were little, when you finger painted and drew stick figures and played with your pals in the sandbox or playground. What moved you and lit you up when it was the same creative spark that can move you now. Playful curiosity is what's called for. Don't take yourself or your current conditions too seriously. It's time to be free from the burden of expectation you're set upon yourself. Don't try too hard. The triple goddess of the hearth, the forge, and inspiration brings all her aspects together as you sparkle. That's beautiful. Thank you, Bridget. All right. We love that. Okay, dear ones. So here's what we're going to do. I'm so happy we're all here. Okay. So we're going to start with our list. And if you want to get on the list, please let me know, because I'm not necessarily checking. Wasn't that wonderful? I know, we love Bridget. If you want to get on the list, let me know. So I'll be pulling cards for the birthday girls. And then I also have a couple people on my paid list. So let's start. Actually, you know what? First, it was actually Bridget who did. And then, I know, right? She's great. So first we actually have Bridget, then we have Imani, and then we have Amaya, and then we have Amber. So I hope, most love Mia, I hope I'm saying your first name correctly. I know you've told me that several times before. I may not be pronouncing it correctly. So, all right. So we're going to do an Akashic Records reading first for Bridget. So Bridget, if you want to just come into the conversation and let me know, did you have a focus that you want me to focus on for your reading? I'll also look in this chat, because sometimes my computer chat is so much slower than regular chat. No idea why, but there you go. So there it is. I'll make sure I'm checking in my phone too. So Emma, how's the weather right now in New Zealand for you? Still pretty nice, I'm sure. Because you're just at the start of fall, aren't you? Umayu. Oh, okay. Oh, I love that. Okay, Mia. Okay, good. All right. Well, would I want to call you by your name all over the damn place? Yeah. Umayu. Okay. I want to say it the way it is, what it is, though. Ooh, my. Ooh. Okay. Oh my gosh, Melissa from New Zealand too. Do you and Emma know each other, Melissa? Amazing. It's so I love my Kiwis. Okay, Eileen, I'll be here again on Tuesday, Eileen. Tuesday at 5. So I'm live on YouTube on Tuesdays, Eileen, and Fridays the same time. If I am not going to come, I will announce it on my page. And you can always text me if you want to. The summer's been weird. You don't know Emma. So Melissa, she is your oracle, is also from New Zealand as well. You want to hear about spirit guides? Okay, good. Oh, good. Okay, Nita, you got it. I'm putting you down here. I'm writing it for a mini. Perfect. I gotcha. Love you, Eileen. I'm so glad to see you. It's funny, I was totally thinking about you so, so, so much. Melissa, where do you live in New Zealand? Thank you, Nitty. I got you. Okay, so I'm going to start with spirit guides. I know, Eileen. I know. It's crazy, isn't it, the weather? Okay, let me get started with these readings. And you guys chat amongst yourselves. It's so good to see you, Eileen. I know I'm being very regular and very intentional with my schedule. So everyone knows my schedule. Like I'm not, and if I don't come, I will let you know way ahead of time. Okay. Well, not way ahead of time, but I'll make an announcement. Okay. So friends, let me start my reads. You guys can chat amongst yourself. I love it. So Miss Bridget, you want to connect with your spirit guides? I'm excited. Do you have a specific message that you want to find out or anything that I can like really zero in on that you're thinking of? Let me know. Yes, Melissa, if you want. And the spirit reading, if you want to do those, you can either do, it's just $25 and it's PayPal. I think PayPal is pretty universal. And there's just 25 US. It'll probably do a conversion. All the links, or you can see what it is. It's ticker taping right down here. I think it's also in the notes for this as well. If that makes sense, I'd love to do that. All right, guys. So I'm just going to double check with Miss Bridget on the spirit reading. And let me know if you have a specific question for them, because then we can dip in. Spirit guides, spirit guides. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, 2 more inches of snow. Wow. All right. Give it another moment for Miss Bridget. Make sure. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I appreciate the hearts. Also, I'd like to tell everybody, if you guys are able to watch at some point this week, watch a full one of my recorded videos. It really helps my channel. And then comment and put the thumbs up in there. That really helps me a lot. Okay. So we'll give it another minute for Miss Bridget. If you want to go ahead and let me know with the spirit guides, specifically if you have something in mind or if you want just a message from them. And then in a little while, Imani, you can also put your question in there too, since it's taking a little longer for the questions to channel through, which is too bad. Happens like that sometimes. Okay, on our average snow by now is over. Oh my God. You live in Minnesota though, don't you? I think you live in Minnesota, right? That's wild. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Oh, Bridget got it. I feel a Celtic feminine spirit in my guides. Got you, girl. South Dakota. Okay, got you. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Okay, Imani, I got you then. That's fine. No problem, my love. Okay, so let me start. She's wondering about a Celtic feminine spirit in your guides. Okay, let me see what I'm getting. And I always tell people, sometimes we have different layers of guides. I always like to explain that. We have our primary guides, I like to call them our primary guides that are with us, our primary benevolent. And then sometimes we have ancestral spirits sometimes we usually do. And then we also can have goddesses, deities, archangels, ascended masters that act like master teachers sometimes or with us for a lot. So let me go in here and see what we're getting from this spirit, okay? Hang on a minute. Okay. So now I normally tell people I don't always give names, right? So I'll first start with some of her characteristics. How about that? We'll start with that, okay? Um, so this female spirit you're talking about is very chatty. She's very much a communicator. She has that Irish brogue. It sounds like it's got that lilt, to the tongue. She's slightly sarcastic. That's what I'm getting. And she definitely feels like a protector and really has you watching out specifically for people that don't mean well, especially with men. No problem. Yes, of course. And I'll leave it and then we'll timestamp it, Needy. Don't worry. And I'll timestamp it for you. And then I'll message you and let you know what it is, okay? You do whatever you want. It's easy peasy. So the spirit is really funny. She's very cheeky. She's very, I would say, we have free will when we connect with our guides. We're the ones in charge. We have dominion over our own spaces. But when we have certain benevolent guides, our core guides, I do feel like she is one of your core guides. I'll tell you that. I don't know which one, but I'm getting there. And so she tends to really give her opinion quite a lot. So that's kind of what she's getting. And she says she likes to roast you. Now, I'll tell you something. Like some of the guides I meet, their specific roles sometimes are to sort of to protect you, but move you out of a place of like complacency or move your energy along, right? And that's what I feel like she does. She's a little bit saucy, and funny. Okay, that's her whole personality. It's pretty cute. Okay, so she is telling me, and this might change over time, I will call her your joy guide, okay? If you ever get one of my longer guide sessions they're 60 to 90 minutes with me, we go through and you get to meet all your 4 guides. And she is one of your 4 guides. So your primary. I feel her mostly on your right-hand side. That's where she's showing me she shows up. I feel like she is the type though that, so if she thinks something or a situation is not good for you, she'll start to give you signals. And it feels a lot like I can feel her on your right shoulder, kind of pressing on your shoulder. She's laughing. Okay, let me know how that makes sense. And she also tries to give you like exit strategies. That's what she's showing me. She's very cheeky. That's how I feel about her. She's very cheeky. Now, just a quick note. This is my thing. I have my guide, my joy guide is Scottish. Then it does go in with my heritage. And she feels a lot like that to me. And I am getting a name for her. Now, I always say, don't give me the name, give the name to your person. But she is kind of giving me a name. So now, you don't have to call her that, but she is giving me a name. So, let me get some more information. Just a second. Bridget, do you have a sister? Because she's talking about your sister. She's mentioning a few things. A couple things I'm going to give you information. She's talking about your sister. She's referencing her. And then when you were young, did you have strep throat? The volume is muffled? Okay. Does the volume sound muffled, guys? Hang on, let me check. I don't know why. My speakers, it shows my mic is working. Let me know what everyone's, how that is for everybody. Oh, you have me turned up. Okay, let me just check in case. How does that sound now? I'm right up here. Let me try this a little. How does that sound now, friends? It's spot on. Okay, good. All right. So quickly, sounds good to you. Yeah. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes different speakers are different. Yeah. Umayu. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for telling me that. Sometimes different speakers are a little different, Patricia. So I want to let me know, because she's really talking to me about you being a child and having strep throat and being sick at one point when you were young. This would have been under 10 years old. And she's making me feel like she tries to cheer you up. That's one of her biggest jobs. Yes. So you did. Okay. And and you probably have a sister too. So she's really talking about you, like what her job is to cheer you up and keep you out of trouble. That's how she's saying it. So I'm going to tell you her name. You don't have to call her this, but she is giving me this name, and she's calling herself Colleen or Colleen. That's what she's saying. My name is Colleen. Asthma. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. So it was a pneumonia. Okay, got it. So yeah, and I'm just seeing an image of you lying on a bed, being quite sick, and then she's kind of cheering you up. That was her role. She has so much love for you, but she definitely doesn't let you get away with anything. And I feel like that's what a joy guide does. They help you elevate your mood. They help you to just, helps you in general. So she's a wonderful spirit, very, very strong. And I feel like would be, a great ally, of course, to get to know more deeply over time. So I hope that makes sense to you, Bridget. She's lovely. She's lovely. She's very salty. And that's what I got for you. Thank you so much. I hope that resonates. Colleen, though, that's what she said. Okay, I'm going to check really quickly. Venmo. See. I'll be right there, guys. One sec. For Imani. And if you guys want to get on the list, please let me know. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. I hope that made sense, Bridget. Thank you so much for getting this reading with me. That was so interesting. Like super interesting. All right, so we're going to look at housing. What's the best thing for Imani? Okay, let's see what's the best situation for her. What's the best situation for her? See which deck they're wanting me to use. Just a second. All right. Just going to check in case I missed anything. Okay. Wonderful. All right. Okay, so we're going to go into the housing situation. Now, Imani, are you thinking about two different options right now with housing? I just want to check on that too, or that situation. Let me know. The first, you're very welcome, Bridget. So fun. The first card that's coming out is 9 of Pentacles for you right away. I just want to show you that. So prioritizing that and your long-term goals. So what I'm getting, and then I'm also getting 8 of Cups, which is a card of leaving and moving on. Okay, if there's a choice to be made, they're really coming in clear for you. I think it's amazing, Imani. They're coming in so clear for you. Just crystal clear. Okay, great. Okay, good. So okay, I'm listening. Good. And then with the decision about the moving, are you let me know, like, for example, are you deciding between two different things, or let me know in a little more detail if you could about that. And then I can look. Apartment, okay, got it. Renting or apartment. Okay, got it. Makes perfect sense. Okay, good. Let's get into that. That's a little bit more niche. Here's the thing. I feel like I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like wherever you're going to end up, it's going to be fantastic. That's what I'm seeing for you. But let's look at this versus that, which is one of my favorite ways to read this. Okay. This is apartment. And of course, you want to feel settled. That's important. This is house. Okay, I got the answer. Okay, and you can decide, of course. So here's what I'm getting, and I'm going to show these to you. I'll lift them up so you can see them. I'm going to build in 3 years. Yes, is what I'm telling myself, but I need a middle place. Okay, that's why this is interesting, because that's why I'm getting the apartment first. That makes so much sense. And it's the logical step. Isn't that interesting? Because look at this. So we're getting, I don't want to rush, but an apartment is available sooner. Exactly. So that's what I'm getting. I do think an apartment or a condo is the best next step. I'm getting, and because when you're looking at the house, Imani, exactly what you said is what's to be. It's like, wait on it. And I'll show you why. I'm going to sneeze in a sec. So we have the Justice card, right? The card of balance, the card of looking at things from the perspective of contracts and commitments, and also coming from a place of maturity and wisdom. So what that looks like to me for you is that, you know, although part of you wants to settle in and you want to be able to make your nest, of course you do. But I think you're a very clear person in the sense of, you know, that what's going to happen for you is going to happen in stages. And so I think your main thing to tune into, I'm getting yes, the apartment, and I'll tell you why, because we're getting the first thing is the pause button here with the hangman. And then also right next to it, we're getting that motion of, I can rent a house, but I think that will be harder to find right now. I know. I'll look at the renting at the house too. I want to do that. Okay. Let me look at that because I was holding it up to buying. Let me look at that too. So, yes, the buying should wait, right? You know this already. This is confirmation, because what we're getting is that the Two of Wands, which we know is Aries, which is so persistent and is like, just get the thing, make it happen, it'll work it out later. Is fighting a bit with the wise part of the King of Wands, who's like, we know we're excited about getting a house, but let's try and go through this in a way that we end up getting what we want. So we're taking our time. So that means being a little clearer. I'm going to look at the thing about renting a house. I did not put that in the equation. Let me look at that. Queen of Wands is here. Eight of Swords. Yeah, I don't think that the renting a house feels like the right choice. I'll tell you why. We have the beautiful Queen of Wands, who is obviously magnetic. And it's interesting you have all this fire energy and the manifestation energy coming out of all this fire, which is interesting. But then this is where it stops for me. We have the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Wands, as though you'll feel there's going to be something in that dynamic where you'll feel it doesn't happen as smoothly as the other for now. I know you feel like the Queen of Wands to me, or you have a prominent sign of the Queen of Wands, definitely to me. So I think, here's the thing, I think there's going to be something in it that's going to have an obstruction because of the Eight of Swords there. And then that burden of the Ten of Wands, like maybe the timing won't be right, or the place won't be exactly right. Here's the thing I'm really also seeing, and I know we don't like the idea of having to get up and move somewhere else after a certain amount of time. We just want to make our plan now and then move in the house in 3 years. But what I'm feeling is that might be a good choice is something's going to happen for like a 6-month period at least. And then there could be a switch in 6 to 8 months to something else. That's what it feels like to me. Now, I know I wouldn't want to move twice in a year, but that's kind of what it feels like. Like something's going to be there for 6 months, but then maybe we have either an upgrade or something improved or a little bit of a tweak. That's what it feels like. I definitely think the apartment's the way to go. 100%. Without any doubt. I hope that makes sense, Imani. How exciting. You're going to have to keep us posted. Usually leases are 12 months. Interesting. Yes. Well, let me know with that, because the way they're showing it to me is like a 6-month period of window. I wonder what that means. And I don't know if that means there'll be a switch. I'd be interested to see. Keep me posted. All right, friends. Thank you so much. All right. So Nidhi is going to get a reading a little bit later. So because she's had to dip out. Now we're going to do our birthday readings. I don't know if anyone else got on the list. If you guys could let me know. Let me know. That would be, maybe I should wait to move from where I am now. Ooh, that's interesting. Yes, I didn't look at that. Let's see what that would look like. Okay, Amber, you get the birthday reading, and then it's Umeu's turn. All right, so let me know what you want me to take a look at, birthdays, girls. Okay, let me see, staying there. 8 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. That's not a bad idea. The only thing is that you do kind of get a little bit, it's going to move slow if you stay at your own place. So if you're wanting that feeling of moving on, there's a little bit of a feeling of things slowing down. So that, for some people, that would not be necessarily a bad option. You know what I mean? So that's something to consider. I think both of those would be interesting. Hello, friends. Tonight I'm actually, yes, I am. You might have overcomplicated the pronunciation. I'll call you Mia then for sure. Thank you, Imani. I can call you Mia if that's easier. Amber, is Amber still here? She might have dipped out. Okay, Mia, yes, you're going to have a little free reading because it was your birthday and you missed it last time. So you can ask a question. And then I'm going to do these tonight. These are paid readings, friends. These are paid readings tonight. They're $25 for a question. Yes, you're here. Good. Since I'm doing the guide work, I'd love to know anything that my 4th guide is willing to share. They've been harder to connect with this far. Okay. Got it. Okay, Mia, you'll be right after Amber. So with your 4th guide, do you know which role they serve? Because you know we have of the 4 guides, right? We have our let's go through them. The Joy Guide, then we have the Alchemist Guide, and then we have the Protector Guide. But you may not look at it in those same ways, so I don't want to limit you, Amber. And then we also have our Master Teacher Guide. Or it's Master Teacher, but also our, what's the other word that they use for that? Philosopher Guide. So let me know. If not, I can just go in and see what we're getting. Okay, good. Protector. Let me see what I'm getting. Okay. Well, I'll tell you something, Amber. I feel like this is a male guide, and he's showing me himself to have really broad shoulders, and he tends to be a little bit more aloof. And he's not as conversational. He's definitely more of like facing outward and not inward. And so I think one of the things what would be interesting for you with him is to say, hey, let's take a walk together, and to imagine that you're kind of walking the periphery with him. That's what he's showing me, which is so interesting. I don't think I've quite seen that before. It's almost like we meet them where they're at, And then I think you can learn a lot. But he's definitely like one of those guides that's on the move a lot and spending time just making sure everything is going the way it's supposed to go in the with the outside world. So his energy definitely feels literally like you felt male too, and felt like he was kind of surrounding me and the other guys. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's okay. You don't need to say sorry. You don't need to say sorry. It's okay. You just got here. Don't worry about it. Just hang out though. Hang out with us. We always have a good time chatting, so please do. Yeah, I like his energy. He's definitely quieter, and there's a lot going on around the shoulders. It's almost like I feel like he's just got really broad shoulders. You know what he looks like? He looks like one of the guides I have in one of my decks. Can you hang on a second? I'm going to find this deck. I feel like he's a guide that I've seen before in my mind's eye in a deck I have. I'll see if I can find it. Hang on a second. It's one of my, ooh, I hope I can find it. Ooh, can I find it? Yeah, you know what I'll do, Amber? I'll find it and I'll put a picture of it in the chat for the membership. But he's a very broad-shouldered man. The thing about it, he looks like he could be from your family. And I know that typically our guides are not necessarily family, but I feel like he could be not directly in this lifetime, but somehow connected. That's what it feels like. And now I have to find that. I'm going to have to find it. Yeah, let me find it. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves just a minute. Okay, we'll see if I can find. Oh, yeah, I found it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. It's in here. It's in this deck. And this is him. In this deck, he does not have a shirt on in this picture, but it shows his broad shoulders, and that's what he's showing me that he looks like. So just a second, let me find him. Interesting. He looks a little intimidating too. I want to say that. But I think that's why he's a protector guide, you know. All right. Let's see. You can find him. I just think this is so fun. I just love spirit guides. I mean, they just do so much for us, don't they? Okay, hang on. We're going to find you. You're going to be probably like the last card. We'll see. I think he represents, he's not the emperor. He's someone else. Let's see. Where are you? I know you're in here. Here he is. Yes, exactly. Okay, are you ready? Oh my goddess. Okay, ready? I'm not joking. That's what he shows me he looks like. This is because he's showing me his back. So that's exactly what he looks like. And I feel very compelled to read the card, okay? And then we'll go on to Mia's reading, right? Okay, so he is the Four of Wands. Do you know what? He's the Four of Wands, which is so interesting. Hang on, let me get down here. Wow. Really fascinating. Okay, that's not it. Not in there. Yep, not that. Definitely more. Okay, he's the Four of Pentacles. Okay, he's representative of the Four of Pentacles. Are you ready? This card, oh yeah, This card denotes that you have already or are already currently working towards establishing a solid foundation in the material world. Using good judgment and heeding lessons from the past concerning financial matters will assist you in laying a firm groundwork. By doing so, security will have a better chance of building in the future. The material power that's now around you can either be an advantage or disadvantage depending on how you respond to it. Don't let your current position determine who you are. Remember to give back and prime the pump of prosperity. For true spiritual and material wealth, it is about as much about giving as it is receiving. Seeking proper investment advice and realize that you don't have to hold on to your possessions too tightly, just to be flexible. Well, it's interesting to me because that's who he's showing up as. That's exactly what he looks like to me. And that was so specific. And the fact that he's sort of turned away from you, but that he's doing his job, right? He's doing his job. That's his job. So interesting. Okay, Mia, I'm going to get to you. Thank you so much, Amber. Happy birthday. So we're going to do Mia's because we're doing the birthdays. By the way, when it is your birthday, you get to get a reading. So these are for my Aquarians. You are so welcome. That was so cool. Let me know how it goes with him. He's super interesting. Okay, here we go. Let me find Mia's. Okay. I complicated the pronunciation. It's always hard too, isn't it? When you're doing it over here. Okay, just whatever I need to hear. Stuff has been pretty heavy, especially in my love life. Oh, okay. Well, let's take a look at your love life, Mia, just to kind of see if we're getting any joy or inspiration or guidance or elevation, stuff like that. Let's give you a little boost. Let's pull on here. And then after that, I'm going to go do Nitty's reading because she paid for one, and then we'll do hers too. She had left me a note. Okay, let's see what's going on in the love life. What's the advice you need? Let's see what we got, my friend. For Mia. You've got the Fool card coming out with the Hangman. Those are big energies. Queen of Wands and the Six of Wands. Oh my goodness. If I ever saw something that had to do with self-love and treating yourself with being proud of yourself and caring for yourself, this is it. Okay, let me show this to you. We have the Fool card and the Hangman together about your love life. So what the indication here is that you're in the process of trying to turn over a new leaf in your love life. You're wanting to go in a positive direction that where you feel honored and cherished, and where you feel, that you are recognized for being the special person you are, and that's really what you want. But at the same time, because things aren't necessarily lining up in that way, Spirit is saying, take a pause, reevaluate. The Hangman is right next to it. So even though potentially, and I don't know what your relationship status is, and you could interpret this in a different way if you chose to, Mia, but this is just really saying, take a step back and maybe look at things slightly differently. Take a look around and seeing what your options are as far as what's for your highest good. That's really what I'm getting. And based on that information, that's when things start working out, because you're getting the Queen of Wands right next to the Six of Wands, which is a huge energy of Leo. And Leo has a lot of pride, right? They are used to being like the queen or the king of, the jungle. And they're very much used to being, the center of the tension, and in the sense of in a relationship that they're valued. So this looks to me like the changes you may or may not make, deciding on what you want to do, if you're making these positive changes towards self-love and self-respect in how you're showing up basically, and the choices you make around relationships, that's going to lead you to something very positive. So that's giving you some encouragement. There's definitely a pause though here. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. Thank you so much and happy birthday. Okay, let me go on to Needy's. She's saying, I think she said whatever she needs to know. So I'm going to tap into. Oh, I'm so glad. That makes sense, Mia. I'm so happy. You know, we just love you here. So we wish you nothing but the best. Okay, guys. And if you want to get on the list, let me know. This will sort of be the last chance. I'm probably going to do one more reading. And then I definitely next Friday, I promise, because I'm coming on Tuesday. So Tuesday I'll be doing paid readings again. But Friday I'll do all the zodiac. Okay, guys, for the month or just for the time that it comes. Okay, let me tune in to Nidhi's reading and just see what we're getting here. What deck should I use for her? She also needs like a nice one, like you guys have been getting. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm going to use this feminine one on her. Okay. All right, friend. What time are we starting this reading for her? At 1:33 point. Okay. What does she need to know? What is for her highest good? Messages, guidance, insight, wisdom, please, Spirit. So this is for Needy. I'm filming for you this reading for you now. I'm really getting this idea of you prioritizing yourself. And I feel you really doing that. I feel you stepping away from the things that have held you back and drained you and made you second guess yourself. And I see you breaking through, almost like they look like hoses of energy. That's the best thing. It looks like a water hose. And I feel like you're pulling these things out and just shedding what used to drain your energy. Now, here's the thing that's challenging, because you're right in the eye of the storm right now, which is good. So you have major arcana after major arcana going on in your reading. So first thing you're getting is the Hermit card in reverse. So this is really saying, the Hermit card is when we're stepping away from everything and we're really looking at things objectively. But you're in the eye of the storm right now, friend. So it may not feel like you have all the perspective you would like. But keep working at it, because you're very close. You are right now climbing up that mountain. I'm almost seeing like a sand dune. You walking up this mountain, and when you're walking on sand, you take a step back and then you climb another step and you take a step back. I keep thinking of this place on the Oregon coast near where I live, and there's this hill that everybody goes up and tries to challenge themselves. And it's a bear. It's a really hard one to do, but everybody challenges themselves. And that's how I feel where you are right now. You're at this point of like trying to get up to where you want to be, but you sometimes feel like you're pulling yourself back. And this is where then we turn to our guides and our spirit helpers to say, help me through this transitional time, because there's just definitely a lot of challenge coming up, because you have the Devil card, which is the card of Capricorn, which is when we're in patterns and habits and behaviors or systems that are the things that aren't for our highest good, but you're trying to push past them. And I just want to get a little more clarity about like, how can you move through this gently? So we're getting the Six of Wands in reverse and the Two of Wands in the upright. So it has a lot to do with organizing your energy and understanding that right now you have the Two of Wands, which is the sign of it, which is the card of Aries, with the Six of Wands in reverse, which is Leo in reverse. So it's really showing that your energy is just starting to sputter a little bit. And so that's why all the practices you're starting to do with meditation and breath work and insight and starting to journal, you're getting your inner guidance. You're getting your inner guidepost. That's going to help you. So you're not going to utilize or burn yourself out. Okay. So keep doing what you're doing. You're getting the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Empress in reverse. So, just a sec. Let me pull one more. Okay, Three of Pentacles. So in reverse. So now is really a time for you to start doing what you're doing, which is reaching out and working with other people in order to get to where you want to be. That's what it feels like. coming out of isolation, trying to do things on your own a lot, and then coming back into coherence. So you have buddies that you can do this with. That's what it feels like. Because the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Emotion and of self-reflection, is in reverse at the moment, and the Empress is in reverse. So those are very self-nurturing, self-care in reverse. And then the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So the Three of Pentacles in the upright is when we're starting to make the choice that we're collaborating or working with other people, so we don't have to we don't have to learn on our own or completely take all of these, steps individually to grow, to heal, to move forward. And it's when we step away from that and of this archetype of doing everything on our own, and we move towards something that we were collaborating, that's when things go a little bit more in the right direction as far as your emotions, being able to do self-reflection, and then also feeling like you can nurture yourself, not just everybody else. The Ten of Cups in reverse. So this is definitely a time to prioritize yourself and to see, how can I fill up my own cup? How can I hear and listen to myself? How can I heal? And I think that's what you're doing. Sometimes what we see is everything that comes up is right in your face, and it looks like there's so much going on. But what you need to know is all of these cards, with the exception of the Empress, in that case, are things that are temporary, that are moving on based upon your decisions, your choices, and the directions that you're taking. So you're doing a lot of work. Keep at it. Keep reaching out and being in community with others so that you feel that sense of encouragement, safety, growth, and all the things. And I know you're headed in that direction. Oh, I just wish you the best. Thank you so much for trusting me, and keep doing the good, the prioritizing of your well-being and your healing. Okay? All right. Okay, my dear friends, did anyone else want to get a reading before I close the door for tonight? These are, again, paid readings. I'll be back Tuesday. Next Friday, I'm going to be doing the astrology, which I do the zodiac signs. But I'm going to close down the shop for tonight if there's nobody else. This has been so much fun. Thank you guys so much for being so patient when I was trying to get online. I really have to go on and offload a bunch of videos, I will tell you, right? Okay, my dear ones. I want to thank you guys a million. Thank you for being so sweet and patient. Please be sure to watch my videos, the ones that I've recorded. Watch at least one all the way through, comment, and then put a thumbs up. That helps my channel so much. Thank you, Emma. And stay tuned for, a lot of cool things are coming. My membership, I'm so excited that about 10 days from now, it's going to be awesome. All right, much love. Thanks, everybody. See you soon. You're welcome.